Hello and welcome to my channel. My video for today is going to be my 35-week pregnancy update. Wow, I can't even believe it. During my 35th week, we had a heat wave here in Calgary. It was just way too hot. Like, I couldn't even function. I was so useless. My in-laws did come into town, so I did go out one of the days with my mother-in-law. We went shopping and got some stuff for the baby, and I was in the mall for I think like an hour and a half, and you had to wear your mask. And with the heat and wearing the mask, I just felt so sick. We came home and I was done. My in-laws, I can't even believe it. They came for a vacation, but they ended up cleaning my entire house, like grocery shopping. My father-in-law was outside in the yard doing little projects with my husband and my son Wyatt. He was helping too. It was really cute. They just kept busy the entire time, and I was just sitting on the couch having the fan blowing on me because I couldn't handle the heat. Yesterday and today are cooler, so I'm getting my energy back. Heat and pregnancy are not a good mix. If I was to have another baby, I would plan it for not the summertime because I don't know what I was thinking. I wanted to have a baby in a different season, and I should have thought this through a little bit better, but I'm almost there. My clothes are getting extremely tight on my stomach. I still haven't bought any maternity clothes, and at this point I don't even think it's worth it, especially for if this is our last baby. I only have a little bit of time left, and then it's fall, winter, and I have clothes that will fit me for fall and winter. I don't have clothes for the summertime, but by the next summer I will not need my clothes to be this big. So on Sunday morning, Kai, my husband, had said it looked like my stomach had dropped, and I never thought anything of it. But then Sunday night, like, the baby was moving so low. Normally you feel like a kick here or there, but it was like constant movement for, I would say, over half an hour. It was like, what is going on? And it was so low, and I was like, okay, is this a sign the baby's gonna be coming soon? I didn't have any contractions, just a lot of movement. And then when you Google things, I just don't know why I do this to myself, and I always do. It was saying something like, oh, the cord could be getting wrapped around the baby's neck and the baby's trying to get free from it. So then I just had myself completely freaked out, which was not the case. My baby is still perfectly okay in my stomach. I didn't really know what was going on, so then the next day I had called in sick to work. It was just kind of nice to have the day off for myself anyways, being this far pregnant and working every single day still. So the day off was nice. But then everything just kind of went back to normal, and I'm still pregnant. I did end up bringing Wyatt to daycare that day, so it made me realize that I need to pack my hospital bag. There's still a few things missing. I'm hoping they show up this week. I'm really not sure if they will. One of the things said Thursday is going to show up, so in a few days. So I'm just crossing my fingers that actually happens, because then I can wash everything together and get the hospital bag and everything packed. Okay, so now my doctor's appointment. I went to the doctor's and I had wrote down that my blood pressure was good. It was 106/72. The baby is measuring at 38 weeks. And when she was trying to find the baby's heart rate, she's like, oh, is he moving? And I said, yeah, he's moving. The heartbeat was 138, but when the baby was moving and getting all excited, she said it went up to the 170s. She also did say it was a good sign that the baby's heart rate went up when the baby's moving, which I didn't realize. We did do the bedside ultrasound, and she did confirm the baby's head was down. I was like, oh, can I take a picture? And she's like, it's not the type of ultrasound that you think it is, but if you want to take a picture, be my guest. When she was looking, all you could see was a circle, and then she's like, oh, and there's a little ear right there. Like, you couldn't see anything. Like, it wasn't the profile, it wasn't anything that you would want to take a picture of, so I did not take a picture. But it was kind of cool to get to do that and have one last look before the baby's here. I don't know if they'll send me for another ultrasound prior to the baby getting here. I know my last pregnancy, they were concerned about how big the baby was measuring, so I had to get an ultrasound. They haven't mentioned anything so far, but we'll see. And then when I mentioned the movement, she said, no, movement's good, no movement is bad, which I know no movement's bad. Like, you have to go up to the hospital. She did mention that 5% of babies are born with the umbilical cord wrapped around their neck. I've heard of it happening, but I didn't know like the percentage or anything. She said movement, don't have any issues with it. The baby was just having a dance party, which must have been the case. I also got tested for the group B strep, I think it's called. It's just a swab. I find out the results at my next doctor's appointment. I did test positive for this when I was pregnant with my son Wyatt. I kind of already know what to expect from it. My doctor did mention that even if you test positive with one pregnancy, pregnancy, it does not mean that you're going to test positive for your next. I'm really hoping that I test negative. The only reason for that is because I was induced with my first pregnancy, but I'm really hoping that I can go into labor myself, and if my water breaks and you are tested positive, you have to go straight to the hospital. But I would really like to wait it out at home as long as possible. If I test positive, I have to go there because you have to be hooked up to an IV. I'm just crossing my fingers. That's completely out of my control. We'll see at my next doctor's appointment what the results are. My doctor did mention that they want everyone who is pregnant to be done work on sick time or whatever it may be. They want you to be done work by the time you're 37 weeks due to COVID. They don't want anyone working past that, just to lower the risk of getting it and being in the hospital and all of that. So I did get a doctor's note. I have to give that to my supervisor. It would make Thursday, August 27th, my last day of work, which is way sooner than I thought I'd be done work. Like, I was thinking maybe around the 4th. I will take the extra rest and relaxation before the baby comes and be able to get everything prepared. She said if your husband or your support person in the hospital, if they can also be off work, but that's not really possible for me. Like, my husband will not take 3 weeks prior to the baby being born, and then after, like, he can't take that much time off work. He's gonna continue to work. He is working in a remote area. It's just him and then one other guy that are doing the work there. He is not around a ton of people anyways. And then the other thing is, my doctor mentioned that my son will not be able to go up to the hospital to meet his baby brother. We will just have to let them meet when I'm done in the hospital. I talked to my husband about that and I started crying just because I have put Wyatt to bed every single day for the last 2.5 years, and I'm gonna be longer than 24 hours. I don't know, 48 hours. We'll see. Like, I don't know how long. That will be the longest I will have ever been away from him, and that makes me extremely emotional. I think even before being pregnant, I would have sobbed. The longest I've been away from him is my work. Like, I drop him off at 6:45 and I'm there by 4 o'clock to pick him up. I don't take any extra time to myself after work. I will pick him up on the spot because I just am obsessed. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I just feel like I'm gonna be an emotional mess while I'm in the hospital. It's for everyone's safety and I totally understand, but I'm just so bummed out. But they did tell me that my husband will be able to leave the hospital and then come back. So at least Wyatt will get to see his dad. I maybe will see if Kai can stay home one of those nights. I'm not sure. Depends how long we're up there. At least he's not going to be away from both of his parents, and my sister will be here to stay with him. So that's everything I have for this week's pregnancy update. I'm just going to show you my stomach and then we're all done. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.